Hey there, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and I'm here for Rolling Realms Game 2. No, Game 79, Round 2. Got the numbers mixed up there for a second. Yeah, today we're playing with the Society, aka Red Rising, the Guild of Merchant Explorers, and Obsession. And yesterday, I still don't know exactly why, but my camera switched, even though what I was seeing and what I see on the screen right now is the big picture of these realms. So, Ian, I see Ian is here. Ian, let me know if the camera looks correct for what it should be for this live play. I'll talk about the rules for these realms. Hey, Garrett. I'll talk about the rules for these realms as I play through them. But overall, yeah. Garrett says it switched again. This is so odd, Garrett. Yeah, what I'm looking at right now is how's it looking now? Is it looking right? Or is it looking incorrect? Can you even hear me now? There we go. Okay. So right there, it's good now? Does it look good? Okay. Hey, Brendan. Hey, Mark. Hey, Melissa. Thank you for confirming that it looks okay now. Hopefully it stays that way. Very odd. Very odd. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin said he was going to join us today. Kevin, thanks for popping in. Let's get to rolling. Let's see how we do. Okay. First roll off camera a little bit there, but it is a 6 and a 3. So 6 and a 3. So in the Society, we need higher numbers up at the top. And so a 6 is actually pretty good for the Society. When you complete a row, you get the resources there. So I do like a 6 in the Society. Guild of Merchant Explorers. You can use a number to mark hexes adjacent to the middle city. So you start out with this city, or to already marked hexes, and you can rotate the pattern. So I could use, say, if I use the 6 over here, I could use the 3 over here to mark off 2 adjacent hexes, or any 2 hexes into water hexes specifically. And then as you, I believe, as you cover up benefits, as you cover up benefits, you gain those benefits. But there are no benefits in the sea itself. So I don't know if that's the best way to go, but that would get me across the sea if I did that. And then Obsession, you can either use a higher number than your current reputation. So current reputation is 1 to increase your reputation, or you can use a number that is less than or equal to your reputation to invite a guest. So right now I could only use a 1. I can only use a 1 to mark this guest or this guest to gain those benefits, but I don't have a 1 yet. So I am going to use the 6 in the Society. I don't get anything yet. That's okay. Guild of Merchant Explorers, do I want to use that 3? This is going to be a weak first turn, and that's okay. I think I will use that 3 to get across the ocean. So I'll use the 3, and I'll use this shape. I guess I'll just mark that one to get across the sea. And now on future turns, I can mark next to adjacent hexes. All right, turn 2. Let me know if you have any questions if you are new to any of these realms. We have a 6 and a 2 this turn. I do like the other 6 over in the Society. So I am tempted to do that. There's a little problematic that I haven't done anything in Obsession yet, but that's okay. I can catch up over there. Let's put the 6 right there in the Society, because that gives me a heart and a coin. And then Guild of Merchant Explorers, I could use the 2 as a single hex, and green is applicable to it. So that does give me a coin. I already have a coin for Obsession, though, so I may not actually need to do that, but I might as well, really. So let's use that 2 here to get another coin, and then I will cross off a coin to create a 1 value number, 1 value die, and I will how do we say, mark it to invite this guest, which gives me a pumpkin and a coin. I'm a little behind already on Obsession, but we'll see if we can catch up a little bit. Brendan says, of all the realms, which is my favorite? 6 and a 5 on the roll here. Kind of similar to yesterday, getting 6s early. Brendan, it's really hard to choose a favorite. It's even hard for me to choose a favorite combination of realms, because I think my answer to many things in life is I like variety. I like variety in my job. I like variety when I eat food. And I like the variety of rolling realms. I think it's one of the reasons I keep coming back to it. The puzzle is never the same, because you get 3 different realms that give you different priorities. And so, yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite realm. I truly think I like the variety of realms, which is great because Rolling Realms is built around that concept. Do you have a favorite, Brandon? Does anyone watching here have a favorite? Like, if you could always include one realm, is there a realm that you would always go to, and maybe the other two would be random? For the 6 and a 5, I want lower numbers in the society, and the 5 actually does work kind of well over there. But I need a higher number in obsession if I want to increase my reputation. Things could get tricky if I don't start to do that. But 5s and 6s are really good for the society and Guild of Merchant Explorers. So let's put a 5. Let's put that right in the middle there of the society. And I'll use the 6 over in Guild of Merchant Explorers. So this lets me fill, so I could do a line of starting with like an ocean and then a line away from that ocean, or just one of each of green, yellow, and pink, and they don't have to be adjacent. That flexibility is pretty nice. So I might go with that, unless that ocean line is better somehow. I don't think it is. So there's one. There's the pink. That's a star. I need a green and a yellow. I'll go with a green. Actually, no, I'll go with a yellow over here to get that heart. And then the green, let's go with a green right here maybe. So it's next to 2 coins. And then I haven't done anything in Obsession yet, but I can use a 1 again for this guest, which gives me a star and a heart. I now have 3 hearts, which is nice, poorly circled, but nice. And that way I can copy a number on the next turn. All right. A 6 and a 2, yet another 6 this round. Let's see. Mark says that he really likes how the Guild of Merchant Explorers realm turned out. Your bias is okay here, Mark. And Brendan says he likes the combinations between all of them that make for unique games every time. That is the thing that I love about Rolling Realms. And Chad says, nice podcast. I did just recently start a podcast with my friend Mitchell. That one of the episodes, the first episode, is live on our YouTube channel, this YouTube channel that we have. And also it'll be available for or it is available for listening in other ways that you can listen to podcasts, like Spotify. That's how I usually listen to podcasts. So for this 6 and 2, and the podcast is still evolving. So if any of you have feedback about it, if you listen to it, it's about 25 minutes. If you listen to it, and you have any feedback or notes, I want it to evolve into something that people actually enjoy listening to. And it's the intent of it is for us to share something that we are excited about, something positive about tabletop gaming for us right now, or gaming in general. We do go a little bit beyond that. All right. Anyway, 6 and a 2. A 2 is higher than the 1 in Obsession, so maybe I should just use a 2 to increase my reputation a little bit, which I need to do to invite this next guest. The 6 is great in Guild of Merchant Explorers, either again for that straight line that I talked about, or a variety again. And here, it's tempting to go with a variety. I do like that variety measure. So let's go with a yellow, a green, that's a coin, and then I need a pink somewhere. Actually, a pink. That's actually not pink. The mountains are different. So the mountains, if I want to get to the mountains, there is no a default way to get to the mountains. Interesting. So for them, I'll need the question mark. So let's go up. Let's go pink. No. Yeah, I hadn't done pink yet. So there is a star for pink. For that 2, I used the 2 over here. For the society, let's go with just a 1 down below here somewhere. I'll put it over here. All right, turn 5. Turn 5. A pair of 4s. Okay, this could be good for using those hearts to copy one of the 4s and use 2 hearts to do that. Oh, shoot. Okay, Ian just clarified. I'm sorry, I don't have good lighting today. It's kind of I have to turn off the lights to do this. Okay, the mountains are pink. The stars are wild. Okay, I always forget that. I don't know. It appears a little pink in my printing, but I'm glad to hear that the mountains are pink. That helps out. Thank you, Ian. Kevin says the overall concept is one of the cleverest marketing plans he's ever seen. A game about your own games and about a variety of games from other publishers too. Like Two of these are games from other publishers. It is fun. It's a fun thing for like, you know, I have formats where I talk about games from other companies and formats where I talk about games from Stonemaier Games. And this is a nice combined way to do it, that I can share my love for games that we make and games that other publishers make as well. Anyway, pair of fours. That's great over here in the Society. I'll put a 4 right there. A 4 is also good in Guild of Merchant Explorers. You could do 2 spaces in a row. In fact, here's one right there. I like this. There's a coin. There's a star. And then I can use 2 hearts. There's one that I messily made earlier. 2 hearts to copy that 4 and use it elsewhere. Let's keep increasing that reputation over here in Obsession. Again, I'm a few turns behind in Obsession. We'll see if I even have a chance at catching up. All right, a 4 and a 1 on this newest roll. Chad says Jamey started the multiverse with Rolling Realms before the MCU. I can't take credit for that, but I guess it is a bit of a multiverse. The MCU started a long time ago. I don't know, 2000, early 2000s was when the MCU started, I think. And Mark says he likes how the Obsession realm progresses. It needs bigger and bigger numbers as you progress. That's true. I rolled all my big numbers early, though. Although the 4, no, I don't have a 4 or a 2 here to use for this guess. Although I don't have to go, I forgot that. I don't have to go from right to left on the guess. I can jump ahead to this guest or even this guest if I want. Anyway, we have a 4 and a 1. The 1 is nice in the Society. I'll probably just put that over here. That way I could put a 2 right there. Although the 4 is good in the Society too. I'd love to complete that row. In Obsession, do I use the 4 here or over here? Let's keep going with Guild and go with 2. I need 2 adjacent spaces. Let's go up here. So I'll go there and there for a pumpkin and a heart. And now I don't want to leave Obsession behind. So I'm inclined to use these 2 coins for this guest. And I get a star and I get a coin out of it. That way I can at least activate, hopefully, all 3 realms on turn 7 here. Here's a 1 and a 3. 1 and a 3. Garrett says, did you see that the MCU had a 5.5-hour cast unveiling video live stream yesterday, revealing one name every 10 to 15 minutes? Oh, that's neat. I didn't realize. I saw that there was a list of names of, I guess, actors, characters that would appear in the next big movie, the Doomsday movie. I started to look at it, and then I was like, I don't really want to fully know. I'm okay with being surprised by this. But that is a neat way to do it, that they did this on a 15-minute increment. Okay, Chad was talking about the multiverse that Spider-Man No Way Home started in 2021. I see. That makes sense. And Garrett says, I was going to pitch making a live stream video for Stonemaier Games unveiling the next set of Wingspan birds in the same format. That's actually pretty cool. I probably wouldn't wait 15 minutes between them, but doing a reveal of one bird at a time, I kind of like that idea. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I like that, Garrett. Anyway, 1 and a 3 here. Should I finish off the Society? Is it time? That 3 is pretty crucial for this right here. And I could always put a 1 in the Society. Let's go with a 3 in Obsession and get that other star, get a pumpkin, get a heart. Very generous. I'm not good at drawing circles over here today. The 1. Do I put? I have a 1 coin. I could do 2 1s basically. So I'll put a 1 over here. I don't think that really matters where. Actually, it does slightly matter. No, I can't put a 4 underneath there anyway. And here is a 1 that I can use in the Guild of Merchant Explorers for 1 of any hex, and that hex will be a star. Got to keep going for those stars. Oh, there's a sneaky water hex down there. I didn't notice that. Okay, turn 8. Turn 8. Another 3 and a 1. I'm getting these low rolls where I need high rolls for Obsession. I guess I could manipulate that 3 into a 4. I might need to do that. Yeah, let's use 2 pumpkins to manipulate the 3 into a 4 for this guest, giving me a star, a heart, and a coin. That was the 3 turned into a 4. The 1, do I finally complete this row? I think that is the way to go. Let's use the 1 down here in the society to get 2 pumpkins, a heart, and a coin. Now I have 2 coins, 5 hearts, 3 pumpkins. I could do something surely in Guild of Merchant Explorers, but how far do I go? I need to get down here to these stars. So I could do 2 in a row for Guild. How do I do this? So for Guild, I'm kind of okay if I can get a 5 or a 6 on the last roll, but I also know that I need a 5 for Obsession. So that is, I don't know if that's a bet that I want to take. So, although maybe I need to. What do I do? 2 in a row. I don't even know. I'll go for 2 in a row, I guess, and hope it works out. So 2 in a row means that I'm going for 1 coin that I will then turn into a, actually, maybe I should just copy the 3. That makes more sense. I'll get that coin back and just copy the 3 with 3 hearts. So I'll copy that 3, cross that off, and get a pumpkin. All right, final turn. Here we go. Hopefully you all are ready for a good roll here. Here's another pair of 4s with a final roll. That might be enough. A 4 works here in the society for me. And so that's a complete row. I get 1 of every resource. Thank you, Red Rising. Oh no, I just realized I did something I can't do. So on a previous turn, I think on that last turn, it was this last turn where I marked off this guest, even though I don't have a 4. So I need to undo that and just circle the 4. So I don't have that star. I don't have that guest. And I don't have a heart or a coin that I thought I had. Fortunately, that one's a pretty easy misplay to retcon. Not good for my score, but good for retconning. So what does that leave me with here? At least I have the 4 now. In fact, I can go back and do it. Here's the 4. Here's the star. Here's the heart and the coin. So I'm back at square one thanks to that. No problem there. I wrote the other 4 in the society, and now I could copy the 4, copy that 4, and turn it into a 5 so I can mark that off, and somewhere just for fun. Let's mark that off. So that does give me the last 2 stars for Guild of Merchant Explorers. For Obsession, I'm probably out of what I can do now. Yeah, I don't think I have enough left to do more than that. I do have 3 coins. I could turn those into a 4, but I would need to go higher. So I'm one. No, I'm actually a couple pumpkins off from doing this. Or if I had 1 more heart, that would be nice too. Yeah, I'm so close to getting another heart from Guild of Merchant Explorers. If I had that other heart, maybe I could make things happen, but I'm not going to overlook it or try to overdo it. I am happy with a score of 16.7. Let me know if you're playing live or here in the future, compared to my 16.7, how you did. Kevin says he thinks Jamey is better than this one than me. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, Garrett just got a 17.5. Well done, Garrett, for getting a great score there. 16.6 for Mark. And Mark, I would say, is somewhat an expert at this game, as is Garrett. But yeah, that's fun. Garrett, thank you for the idea about Wingspan. I look forward to maybe trying that at some point. That would be a fun reveal, especially if Elizabeth would maybe join me for the reveal stream. That would be pretty cool. Ian got a 16.7. Good round, everyone, for playing along. Let me know if you play this in the future. Let me know your score in the comments compared to my 16.7. Ian matched my score there. And I'll be back tomorrow for round 3, which at the very least includes Apiary. I see that on the top of my pile here. And Mark says the reputation did not reach 5 in the Obsession realm. Yes, that is true. Yeah. Hopefully I played that correctly at the end there. I'll double check it. But yeah, thank you all for playing. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time to play the next round. All right. Take care.